Hey, John here. So we got this American Harvest 6041 model. It's a pellet stove, right? It also says Hearth Focus down here. It's a little badge. But this is pretty old stove. Had about 15 years, and finally the glass. Well, it's not really glass, but the front glass piece there, as you can see, finally popped and broke. So I got to replace it. So I thought I'd get the video. If your stove doesn't look like, it's just from here down. This is just a 4-bag hopper I built years ago. But actually, there's this piece of glass here. I believe there's a few models for it. But all I'm going to do is take this door off, right off the hinges, just slide it off the hinges, put it up on a table, and we'll place all the gaskets and stuff in the glass. So I bought this, I don't know if you can make that out, but so a gasket, a door gasket, a flat glass gasket, and the glass should cost you around 120 bucks, somewhere around there. This is an extra piece, that little brick insert that goes behind there, the ceramic. I needed that. And I also got some stove and gasket silicone. I'm not sure if we're going to need that, but maybe to adhere the gaskets to the glass, perhaps. I don't know. But my bill came to about $200, and let's take this door off and see if we can get this fixed. Well, I got it on a countertop, so I'm thinking the gravity up front here, it'll be easier to replace this stuff, but this Phillips screwdriver, this one, very tight, just snapped my tip off. So we're going to have to try an impact on this one, and these are kind of loose. This one was really loose, so it might be broken. Hopefully not. I don't think it is. This one came off, not a problem. And this one, pretty short screws. Pretty short screws. Not sure if they're threaded into something. Oh, this one. So it did not make it, the one bolt. The two top bolts, one was pretty rusty. I ended up cleaning it up. I'll show you in a second. But this other one snapped off clean. So I ended up, it's above the hole, the new hole there. You can see that little stud there. So I ended up cleaning that up a little bit, and then just drilling out and re-tapping that hole to accept the bar there, and I put a corresponding hole in the bar, right, as you can see. So that's the only way I can think of doing it, and then we can just now, that being said, I'm not going to use the one rusty bolt. The two down here were fine. What I'm going to do is let's see what we're looking at. Use the only thing I have at the house was two long bolts. I'm going to use these 2 long bolts, and I inverted the the nylon cap. So we're just making a stud. We're going to stud it like this, right? Bottom that out, yeah, and then tighten that up when it comes time. Do the same thing over here, and then just clip it off. It's the only thing I could. I'd rather have a hex nut to get it off in the future if I have to, although another 30 years, who knows if the stove's going to be alive. But this way, if the stud rusts inside the cast again, at least we can get the bolt off. So I'm going to do it that way. Before I do that, let's see if we can get this gasket out of here. Or rope gasket, I guess it's called a gasket. I don't know if they glue this thing in, or if it is glued in, then yeah, it does look like it's glued in. I'm going to get it out the best we can, and then I'll have to get in there probably with a Dremel or something. Clean that up. I'll take it downstairs again. So if you're into this drilling out a new hole, this is a 1024 tap, right? So I cleaned up this rusty hole, drilled and tapped out this new hole, but it's a 1024 pitch, just in case. you were going to do the same thing. So let me clean this gasket out of here. Alright, so what I ended up doing to clean this channel out for the rope is I went around, you know, it's got RTV, as you saw it, it was kind of like in corners. This had nothing in it, which is crazy, and a couple over here. So taking just a knife and just scraping everything out, a bunch of shit come out, and then ultimately just used a piece of sandpaper in here and just cleaned everything up. That's how I ended up doing it. And I took a little sandpaper to this stuff. It's all rusty and stuff. I'm not going to get too crazy with it. You know, like I said, we're going to put the, it's going to have a gasket with the glass. It's going to be better than it was, I can tell you that. But I'm going to make my seam down here, right in the middle. Right in the middle here, rather. I'm going to start here, work my way around, and then end here with a pair of scissors. So I'm going to put a bead around the whole thing, just because it's going to seal everything. Like I said, the other one, the first one lasted 15 years and it wasn't even sealed all the way around. Probably use like a half a tube. Let's try a pair of scissors, sharp scissors. A little better. So you see how it's got a wide side and a thin side? So we're going to go ahead and with the thin side, stuff her in there best you can. So I'm going to let that set up a little bit, and then we'll do the the glass gasket. But I just wanted to point out, so this you know, my stove was American Harvest 6041, and I think over there on the thing we showed that had some kind of hearth, whatever it was, the model. But most of the stuff is U.S. stove parts. So I'm assuming U.S. stove made this stove. And U.S. stove probably makes a lot of stoves, and this glass that we're going to be putting on, it's 891131. It probably fits a lot of doors. I just wanted to point out U.S. stove is most likely, because the reason I say that is because made in the USA, and then they got a U.S. stove stamp on there, and a part number if you wanted this door is 40484, right? Alright, so the gasket for the glass has adhesive backing. I don't think the original one had the adhesive backing, right? So we're gonna release this this adhesive and fold it over, right, the glass. So it's going to be on both sides. But in the meantime, before we do that, let's go ahead and, because my hands were dirty, and this thing probably got some kind of smudges on it. We'll hit it with some alcohol just to make sure that adhesive. All right, I think I'm going to seam this at the bottom too, but not in the center where we just did the rope. I'll offset it a little bit. Nobody likes fray. So not quite half, I guess go a third of the way. Whoop. Let's go a third of the way. That way when we wrap it, it'll be isometrical. Yes, sir. This stuff is pretty sticky stuff, so let's see. We do have unsticky. I'm going to make a relief cut. 45 here. I should do one on the inside too. Just a little nip. So when we come up, I'm going to keep it taut again. Then when we clamp it, it's going to be both sides. So I'm going to nip this. Stuff is pretty sticky stuff. So you kind of got to be sure where you're going to put it. Yeah, I'm not sure you need a relief cut. I would recommend not doing one at this point. I thought it would be bulked up, but it's so thin it doesn't. So they have extra, which is good because I need to address that bottom piece on the... Alright, so there's that piece. Okay, so for the life of me, I don't know why. So this is where your window sits in, right? This ledge here. And on all three sides it's smooth. And then, see here? You hear that? Pokes down. And then you probably can't see that on camera. It pokes up right here. Just this little piece pokes down to this little piece, pokes up again. You're looking at the same thing here. So I'm not getting that because, and then there's an indent this way. You see how that doesn't go to the corner? Little weird for me why they did that. In terms of, why wouldn't they have this window sitting flat on the whole pane? As you can see, we just did our gasket. Because there's extra, here's what I'm going to do. There's exactly enough, right? So I'm going to cut this gasket right down the middle. I still have the backer on there so it's not sticky. And I'm going to use okay, at this point, this is all level now, right? The whole thing is level. So when we put this glass in, everything's level. Don't know why they did that, but it is what it is. If I had more time, if it wasn't 17 degrees out here, instead of these, pieces being, just two pieces, and you have your glass, I would cut out a piece of stainless to do a whole frame, right? And then you wouldn't have to worry about rust and all this business, but it would tighten everything up. But that's what we're working with. That's what we got. It's too damn cold to be out in the garage making a piece for this. All right, so this door is going to be a hell of a lot harder to close at first until the gasket wears in. But this is what we got, right? Try to center that as best as possible. And then we have this fellow on the bottom. Just going to grab that. Let's see. Top one was bent. This one's still good. And we're going to use two original screws that weren't messed up. Alright, now the top part we're going to secure with our new, so I had to straighten this piece out. We're going to use an original, no, we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and tighten this down and zip this off. So that's tight there. And then we'll tighten this nut up and then zip this off. So it'll be two pieces. Again, if I had the time, I would make a full frame and just clamp this thing in place. Just the way they originally did it. So I guess maybe in the future I will do that. I don't know. Alright, so it's still loose. We're going to have to zip this off and then crank them down, and it'll tighten that up. This whole thing will be minus some metal filings. So this feels like there's going to be no smoke. It's all pressed up against there. Alright, so we got the door on, and I just closed it very tight. Very tight. Like, you got to kind of force it in, but that's, you know, brand new seal, so that's good. So this piece is, I believe, an aftermarket brand. Way cheaper than the original piece. The original piece has diagonal cuts. This one has horizontal cuts. Not that it makes a difference. I don't know if you can make that out. Probably, you know, like I said, doesn't make a difference. It's just that ceramic fire brick thing. So I just started it. I can already tell it's 100% better. It would not have this flame within a matter of like 3 minutes. It's just 100% better so far, but we'll see. Let me give it a couple hours, 2-3 hours. The blower's not even on yet. This is just the initial, you know, igniter, and with the draft fan going. It never did this. I don't even think it did it new, actually. So what I'm getting at here is, even brand new, within an hour, this glass was always black with soot. So I think it always had a problem with you know, air getting. It wasn't a correctly sealed door. So putting this new gasket on and using silicone around the whole door gasket, and what we did on the bottom of the glass panel with the extra gasket to fill in those gaps, I think completely sealed this thing, because it is 100% better than it ever was. And the glass doesn't get soot anymore. It's always clear. So anyways, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. See you next time.